So he would always
Grab her.
get out. 3, 2, 1.
Nice.
What's up? Welcome back to the 1 Degree Podcast. It's your boy, Kenny, a.k.a. Wig Daddy. We got Tyson Perez over here, the co-hosts of this 1 Degree Podcast. What's good?
You want me to rate that 0 through 10?
Yeah, go for it. 1,000?
I'm gonna let's
Kenny rating?
2.4.
Kenny rating? Oh, I was 9 out of 10.
What do you think? What do you think, Izzy?
5.5.
5.5. I mean,
Whatever.
above average. You think that was above average?
Izzy can do the next one. See how it goes.
Izzy, he's a good actor.
He is.
You
You
saw
did show
it.
me some videos. He's pretty solid.
Hey, which video?
What?
Not like the Triple X videos. Right?
No, not the
Yeah. He did that.
OnlyFans videos.
Okay, so yeah, Kenny's in charge of this episode, and as you can see, we're already off to a bad start. So let's ring it back.
Why is it a
And
bad start?
we're over here having a conversation with the producer, and we're supposed to be talking, have a podcast.
Whatever, dude.
All right, so
brought him
just-
into it.
Just like I said, Kenny's in charge of this episode. He's gonna lead the way, and we're gonna see how he does. So I'm gonna give the mic to you.
I mean, but why? This is new news to me,
I want to see how you work on your feet.
dude. You know, you see me on my feet. I can move for a big guy.
I mean, yeah, for a big
And
guy,
I'm-
for
and I'm
320 pounds, I guess.
Big right now.
Are you big right now?
Oof. San Diego was.
You
not
just got
good.
back from San Diego
Got back-
vacation.
Back from San
Um,
Diego.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Yep, went down Friday after Thanksgiving. Took us 9 hours to get down there, which was
Because everybody's traveling for the
rough.
holidays. When
rough
did you go?
day. When?
What day?
Friday.
day
after
and
Thanksgiving.
shopping, Black Friday.
Black Friday was
Yeah.
everything was going crazy. So it was fun though. I mean, traveling with kids is a experience in its own. It's a lot more work than.
Especially a 9-hour trip. I can see how a 9-hour trip would be tough with 2 kids.
But we left last night at 7 p.m.
Drove all night. They
Drove
slept
all night.
Yep.
Slept 5 hours. Under 5 hours, we were in the driveway.
Yep.
I'm like,
that's what we do when we travel. I would rather leave at 7:00 at night and get in at 1, 2, 3 in the morning, and the kids just sleep the whole time. Because
Yeah.
you leave during the day, you're stopping. One of them had a blowout.
Yep.
One of them threw up. You know, you got to feed them.
Yep.
You know, these kids, they eat all the time.
I
It's
know.
just like, why can't you just go one day without eating?
know.
You know, fast one time.
I know. Get your health under control.
We love our kids. We take good care of them. Just
Yeah, my kids.
Just
my kids.
relax.
I love my kids. Sometimes I don't always like them, but I love them.
yeah.
You know, no,
That is-
they're
that is
great.
good.
They're great kids. You know, Mac on the beach though, he was loving it.
I saw that.
Yeah, dude, he was loving it. It was fun. It was cool. Went down there for the Fresno State San Diego State game.
How was that?
Horrible.
Did they lose?
They lost bad.
Did you do the sideline game, or
No,
you just
I
went
didn't.
as a fan?
I just went. No, I was working, but so originally I was supposed to do the sideline, and then Cam.
So this year for the Fresno State, you do the home games
I do all game
radio,
I do all game, pregame, halftime show.
all games.
Every game. Yeah.
But the road games you do here
Yes.
at home,
Yes.
and then you went to Arizona State and
We
you did sidelines for Arizona State.
Yep.
And then you were gonna do sidelines for this one, but you were
But Cam made the trip and just took my spot.
but you were in the. So where do you do it? Where'd you do it? Did you do it there? Where'd you do the radio?
Yeah,
show?
I just hopped on the radio with CK. They kind of patched me in. It's the same all network and everything. It's just
you're
it's
just
just-
not doing it. But at the
yeah.
Fresno State games, you do it live out there by the tailgaters
Yeah,
and all that stuff.
yeah.
And all the fans come
which,
up,
which
"Wig
is
Daddy."
cool. Which is cool.
it's
Yeah.
cool.
And I mean, it's not like I'm like breaking the bank and like it's like a career for me, but it's cool to have like stay involved with the team a little bit.
Yeah,
and that
that's
kind
fun.
of keeps
and
it
you feel like a
like
big shot up
Yeah.
there on stage.
not me.
Hey
not
man,
really.
CK's good.
CK is good.
He is really good.
We'll
I
get-
didn't
we'll
know
get him
that
on.
he did the Fresno State games or sports until like I think like last year when you were doing it. I was
Yeah,
like, oh, that's CK,
he's
does the morning.
solid. He's very good at killing dead time, which is a skill in its own, right? Like, or it's just like he can like prolong his like sentence that he says and to to like make sure that whoever's coming on next has like
Yeah.
time to get ready.
He's
or
a
whatever
good
it
host
is.
of the show.
He's very good. Yes, and I'm just over there just putting my 2 cents.
Yeah.
in
So how does
and
that work?
figuring
I've
out.
never listened.
I mean, it's pretty cool. It's just each week we have like different segments because we're on like an hour. We're on 2 hours before the game for an hour,
Mm-hmm.
and then Paul, Cam, and Pat take over for the hour before the game, and then we come on at halftime and talk about the game. So
Mhm.
we have like segments all the way through. It's like the first segment is just me and CK talking about like the week, and then we'll have like the opposing team's radio guy come on and talk, and then we'll have like some like ex Fresno State guys who are like in for the game. Like one game we had Bear Pasco on or
Mhm.
whatever. Just like guys like that. A couple of weeks ago when they're honoring Aaron Judge, we had a few of the baseball guys that were like on the 08 team. They were up there. And
Yeah. So Judge was in town like last week.
yeah, last week. And then like Overland, who's the new head coach at Fresno State, he
Mhm.
was on the 08 team. So he came up and talked. So it's cool to like kind of stay involved and makes me watch the Dogs a little bit more closely. So I have to like know who to talk about and
Mhm.
know what they're doing and how
So
shitty
you a
they
Dogs fan? Are you a dog through and through?
are. I am. Bulldog born, Bulldog
Were
bred.
you was Fresno State like even on the map for you, like when you were in high school, thinking that you would end up at Fresno State, or was there other schools that you wanted to go to
Oh, for sure.
for college?
There was definitely like if I had my pick, it would have been like SC or like I loved Michigan and I loved Miami. Like those are like my top three that I love. Like growing up, I was a Michigan and Miami fan, and then it was like Reggie Bush era was when I was in high
Yeah.
school, so it was like SC.
Everybody wanted to go to SC. At that
SC
time.
was going to be so sick, and then yeah, I didn't really get that love from all those big schools. But I had a guy who went to my high school. It was like 3 years older than me that got a football scholarship to Fresno.
Mm.
So like I kind of knew Fresno, and he was like a family friend. Like our brothers played baseball together growing up. So like I knew him and I knew like about Fresno. And then that's kind of why I went to a Fresno camp, and that's when I got my offer, which was sick. It was like, I mean, I probably already told the story, but like the time of just not having an offer and just like being like, okay, I'm going to go to this camp to get better, and then showing up and just whooping everyone's ass and then getting a scholarship. It was like, it was so cool. Like I didn't even play offense my junior year of high school.
What do you mean?
I didn't play offense.
Oh, you didn't? You played
No.
defense?
I played D-line. Yeah, I played DN.
Really?
Stand-up DN.
You were a tackler?
Mm-hmm. It wasn't even that good. And then just like that transition from like sophomore, junior to like that senior year, it's like I finally grew into my body and was like a dude. I was more of a basketball player.
I feel like that happens a lot with athletes that play at the professional level.
Yeah. And I was young too. I was a late bloomer as well. So I was I was only
too.
17 when I graduated high school. So it's like, and I was a late bloomer on top of that as well. So like 13 years old, I was like, okay, when am I going to start growing when everybody else is passing me up? One of my buddies who went to UNR on a football scholarship, we wrestled together in 8th grade because I got cut from my basketball team. I didn't play basketball. He's 3 inches taller than me in our wrestling pitcher, which is a like fall sport or winter sport. And then our freshman football picture, which is like the next.
You're just like a
I'm
foot taller than
3 inches taller than him. So it's like I grew 6 inches.
Yeah, I remember
and
you
he stayed
telling
the
me
same.
like once it was over the summer, you
Yeah.
grew like 6 inches, and
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Yeah, it was.
You hear that all the time with like NBA guys. They were a little bit undersized, and all of a sudden they grew up
Yeah, I definitely thought I was going to play basketball. They told me I was going to be like 6'11".
because you grew so fast.
I grew so fast.
and you
then-
loved basketball, so it's kind
Uh-huh.
of like a win-win thing.
Yeah, I was like, hell yeah, like basketball is going to be my sport. And then I just stopped growing. I grew 1 inch after that, which is
Dang.
crazy.
How much you think Wimby grew?
Dude, he looks so funny out there. It's crazy.
Right?
It's crazy.
What is he, 7'6"?
7'6".
and can handle it, shoot
And
threes?
180
Like,
and 180 pounds.
who was the other? There was another guy that was like 7'5". Was it Ball?
Ball.
Yeah, Ball.
Mm-hmm.
He was kind of the same frame, but not as athletic.
No,
Probably
not
even
as-
skinnier too.
not as good as Handles.
His son plays though, doesn't he?
Manute Bol was the one the tall one.
Yeah. And
His
then
son is
was
Bol
Bol.
Bol.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, he's playing right now. I don't know
Yeah.
if he's like playing, but
Yeah.
he's active.
Yeah, but Wemby, man, he's impressive. Like
Yeah.
the things he can do at his size.
Yeah, I was watching some interview, and it was some player saying like the fact that like he's so good in passing lanes because he's so long, like the players aren't used to like being able to like pass, not being able to pass past that. You know what I
he can
mean?
get there.
Because he can just reach his arm out, and he's like
And he's quick. Like
covers half the court. You know,
he has
like
the same speed as somebody 6'6".
exactly. But he's a foot taller, and like whatever his wingspan is, like 9 feet, like.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. Like, and like, so he's sitting there playing help defense, and the guy's just like, oh, a routine pass to like his player or his teammate, and he just pokes it away and goes the other way. I'm just like, damn, like I couldn't even like. So he's like, you really have to like plan around him and shoot over him and do all that kind of stuff because he's just such like a cheat code.
Yeah. I mean, all of those guys have the potential to be great. It's like what they do with it, right? So when you mix super talented person, somebody like that who's just gifted, super talented, you have the skills, and then you partner the work ethic with it and the competitiveness with it. That's when you get the Tom Brady's and the Kobe Bryant's and the Michael Jordans. Like there was people more talented than those guys. They didn't have the competitive nature. They didn't have that just killer instinct. Like all of the Kobe stories after his career made me a fan of Kobe. Like how he worked, how he approached the game. Because when he was playing, you'd be like, oh, like especially in his younger career, you know, a bit of a ball hog. I think people didn't like him because he played for the Lakers. It's like a love-hate thing for
Yep.
the Lakers type thing. But then after his career, he got so much love because he's no longer a Laker. He was just, you know, a legend. But how he would talk and his approach to the game was very impressive. Very, very similar to Michael Jordan. Those
Yeah.
are the two most similar athletes in any sport, any era, all time. Like
Yeah.
the mashup video of when it has them two playing, they're identical. They
Yeah, it's
shot the
crazy.
same. They acted the same. They had the same competitive nature. And Kobe said that he mirrored his game off of Jordan all the time. But he had it pretty young because he was drafted at 17.
Yeah.
Was
I
he
don't know.
17?
I don't know.
He was young, but still, like, you know, 17, 18 years old, to be as mature as he was, as gifted as he was, as competitive as he was, you can kind of see why he's in the debate as one of the greatest basketball
I
players.
was watching this video on Instagram today, and it was about a basketball coach, and he was saying that there's like such a fine line in between confidence, belief, and delusion. And it was like, it's crazy like that. Like he was like, there's so many more people that are like, players that are living in like the delusion area, right?
Mhm.
He's like, confidence is you walk into the gym, you say, I am that guy, I am him, and you produce. That's confidence.
Mm.
Belief is saying you walk into a gym. And he said also you work hard, you work your ass off, and you produce.
Mm.
Belief is you go in there saying, I'm the man, I'm the guy. You work your ass off, but you're just not producing. That's belief.
Mm.
And then he goes, and then delusion is guys that walk into the gym and say, I'm him, I'm the guy, don't put in the work and don't produce.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and he's like, there's a lot more of the people like the AAU worlds now that are living in the delusion
With the Instagram, like
with the Instagram and all that kind of stuff.
recruiting, they're basically
Exactly.
getting recruited off their highlight tapes, and they think that they have it all. That's what Quincy was talking about. That recruiting is a little bit harder now because these kids are being gifted things when they're 14, 15 years old.
Yep.
And they lose that competitive nature, and then they have to get it back when they're playing in college. Because in college, it's a little more of a team. You know, NBA, it's more of, you know, superstars and working around certain guys, which if you have a superstar in college, you're going to have to work around him,
Yeah.
right? But it is very interesting to me what makes athletes, or, you know, anybody for that matter, very, very successful people, like what makes them tick.
Yep.
And the thing is like They truly believe that they are something, and they have confidence, and they are competitive. Like there's something about them. Like Tom Brady always talks about, he wasn't the most talented player, but he's got to be one of the most competitive football players ever. I don't know if he's competitive in everything that he does, but he loved football, super competitive to where like he remembered things. And then when like he would play against another team, he would like talk that trash because he wanted to let them know that like he was there. He wasn't messing around.
Yeah, I saw a clip where it was like him talking about how he was like he read something and he saved it in his mind, and he found out later, or he found out before the game that the guy didn't say it, or it wasn't true or something like that. And he's like, "Don't tell me that.
Yeah.
I want to have that in my brain," or something, where whatever it was, where he was like, it wasn't true, and I knew it wasn't true or whatever, but I needed it to have it in my mind. I had to believe it was true to like go off and like use it as fuel for my play.
Yeah, and those guys, football's a little different. You need more of a team. Like if the line don't block, they don't catch the ball.
It's always the line's fault. Just put it on. Like,
it is. Offensive line is
shit rolls downhill fast, and
offensive line rolled down faster,
and offensive line's at the bottom of the hill.
But there's a lot more at play with football. Basketball, you can take it into your hands a little bit more. Baseball, one guy can win the game if a guy throws a no-hitter or something. But you hear like Tom Brady and like Belichick. I remember when Spock was talking about film, and they would go over stuff, and he'd just be like, "Tom, need a better ball there." And it's like it was probably not Tom's fault or something, but you call out the GOAT, and he's the best quarterback at the time too, and you call him out like, you need to throw a better pass there, and Tom's just like, "Yeah, I know."
Yeah.
Like they just do it. Like they have standards, and they both hold themselves to those standards, and then you add in Tom Brady's competitive nature, and then you get one of the best, not really athletes, because Tom Brady wasn't that athletic,
no,
but he's considered one of the best athletes of all time because of the mentality that he had.
Yes. And what's crazy about football too is it's like the ultimate team sport, because it's the only sport you don't play offense and defense.
Yeah.
Right? Like you have
to where like all 50, maybe a couple of guys might not, but all 53, right?
Yeah.
All 53 guys are playing a role in that game.
Yeah.
Like you have to play.
It's crazy. Like you are completely relied on another half of a team, and you can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's what's crazy. Like you literally are on the bench. You're not playing for half the game.
Yeah.
Which is nuts. Which is nuts to even think about.
There's a whole nother mental aspect to football that you guys aren't in control of very much stuff. You really have to focus on doing your job. I think that's what's so important about football and why the Patriots had so much success, is because their whole mantra of like doing your job. You don't have to worry about that, or you shouldn't focus on that because you're not in control. And then it gives them confidence that they know, like Tom knows or Belichick knows, that that person's doing their job.
Yep. That's
why they don't just bring in everybody. They make sure that everybody knows to do their job.
Yeah, man. It's a crazy sport. And like once I like realized that, where it's like control what you can control and do everything in your power. Like you can't control that receiver dropped that ball, but you can make that quarterback's read as clear as possible for him to throw that ball to that receiver, whatever it is. Like even you can't rely on like even like a pitcher, right? Like you put a ball at boom, perfect, goes straight to the third baseman, right? And he just bobbles it and then or makes a bad throw to first. Like you can't control that, but you can control your the next pitch or the next batter or whatever.
Exactly.
It is.
It doesn't matter what happens to you. What matters is what you do about it. In everything.
No doubt.
It doesn't matter. And if you take full responsibility, even to the fact where you just accept everything as your fault, even if it wasn't, if you just accept it as your fault, like something happened, it could have been somebody else did something to you, but it's like, man, it's my fault for being there. I shouldn't have been in that situation, or whatever it is. It might not be your fault, but it is damn sure your responsibility. And too many people allow themselves to let things that they can't control them.
Yep. That's why I always hated like everybody blaming like kickers at the end of games.
Yeah, shouldn't have been in that spot. Should have
Exactly.
scored a touchdown. Should have done something different.
Exactly. Like
Well,
right. Like
the team kind of understands that, but the fans, they're
Yeah,
just
that's
pissed
what
off
I'm
because he
saying.
missed the kick. And
Yeah.
that's like external. Somebody watching it from the outside is going to feel that way because that's how the game is going. They're not inside the game. You guys are taking the responsibility that needs to be taken, but as a fan, you just want the outcome to be what you want it to be.
yeah, that's why fans are stupid. Man,
They
That's-
gave you some money.
no,
Not enough.
yeah, not enough. Yeah, I mean, yeah, sitting in the stands at the Charger game was like, all right, cool. This is
Not for you.
Not really.
Yeah.
I'm actually going back down next weekend for Chargers Alumni Week.
Ooh.
It's pretty sweet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Golf tournament on Friday, and then the game on Sunday, and they're retiring Gates' jersey,
That's right.
so it'll be cool.
Who's in the golf tournament?
I don't even know.
So how does this work? Like everybody that played with Antonio Gates gets to go, or
No,
what is
they
it?
just like because they'll have like one week a year or one game a year where they'll have everybody come back and like do like a whole alumni thing and
for guys that aren't playing anymore.
Yeah.
Obviously.
and have like it's called like legends or whatever. I'm a Charger legend. Yeah, fucking right. But no, one of my buddies, he actually played at Fresno State and played with me at the Chargers. He was like, "You should come," and I was like, so he emailed the girl who like who he talked to all the time about it, and she hit me up and was like, "You want to come?" I was like, "Yeah, let's do it."
Yeah.
So it'll be cool.
You can see Philip.
I don't know if he's gonna be there. I'm sure he will if Gates is getting his number retired.
Yeah. He'll probably be there for sure.
Yeah.
Because him and Gates. How many years did they play together?
13, 14, 12, around there.
Yeah. They both played a long time.
Yeah.
Where did Gates start, or
Where?
what other teams did he play for?
None.
He only played. So he
Yeah.
played his whole
Undrafted
14
free
career.
agent to the Chargers, and
He played basketball, right? So
Yeah.
what was his whole story? Like, where did he go to college? I know he
So-
played basketball, but how did he eventually get to the NFL?
I don't really know how he got to the NFL, but he went to Kent State, played basketball, and was like a dog. Like took him to the Final Four, like or Elite Eight or something like that. And he almost went to Fresno State with because we'd always talk about that and everything. So he would always Judy,
Oh, grab her.
get out.
Sorry, we have a crazy fan just entered the studio.
Just shut that door.
Judy, yeah, shut the door. What do we pay you for? We got the security guard, and he can't even keep the crazy fans out. Sorry about that. Okay,
Yeah.
back to Gates.
Yeah, so he went to Kent State. He almost went to Fresno State. And I think that was when like Tarkanian was here, and it was a little
Where's
bit
he
of,
from?
He's from Michigan.
There was a little what happened?
Like a little bit of like under the table thing going on like with Tark.
Oh yeah,
But I'm just saying
all guys got paid.
with Gates
Oh.
because he went to COS for like a semester, and then he was living in Visalia, and he was gonna come to Fresno State, and then something happened, and then he went.
So he didn't go to college out of high school, or
No.
he didn't go to Kent State out of high school.
No.
He went to COS.
Yeah. I don't know like the
Antonio
exact.
Gates went to and played basketball at COS.
I don't know if he played there. I think he was just enrolled
just-
there, and then he was gonna
and then
go
he went.
to Fresno State, and then he went to Kent State.
I didn't know that. How did he
Yeah.
end up at COS from Michigan?
I don't know. I think Tarkanian.
Oh, because maybe something happened, and he's like, "Hey, you
Hey,
know,
go
I got
here,
this.
like do your like school, like do an
finish
ex-
up
yeah,
so that you're whatever eligible
JC or whatever, and then you're
Wow.
eligible. Then you come and play for me, and we'll take care of you and do all that kind of stuff. And then whatever happened,
Wow.
and then he went and played.
So he played 4 years there, 3 years there, or he.
I'm not sure, but yeah, man, he was real deal, and
So he didn't play football in college, or he
Mm-mm.
did.
no, he did not.
He didn't play football in college and ends up playing in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
How?
He just had like a walk on, like a
Tryout and
area tryout, and got a undrafted free agent.
that is incredible.
tryout
I
and-
didn't know. Like I knew that he played basketball. I knew all this, but I didn't know that he just wasn't even a football player
Yeah,
and
he has
ended up
like
showing football player.
Most touchdowns out of any tight end.
So you're gonna ask him to be a guest on the podcast when you see him that
yeah,
weekend?
for sure.
Hell yeah. We'll have this. Tell him we'll have a nice studio set up.
Yeah.
All this studio, the casting couch is gonna be gone with. We only have about 3, 4, 5 more weeks, depending on our producer if he actually does what we pay him to do. But he's the man. He's my favorite guy in the world. Whole new setup. It's gonna be amazing. We're trying to do the best that we can for you visually and
It's gonna be sweet.
audioly. Yeah, that's a word. I mean, audibly.
There you go. That's what he's here for.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Okay. Yeah. So how is Gates? Is he just like an athletic freak? Because he was a tight end, and back in the day, you didn't have the Kelseys, you didn't have the Gronks. Like tight ends actually blocked.
mm-hmm.
So how did he end up being a tight end and like? Because he's super versatile, but he actually played tight end. He didn't play tight end the way Kelce plays it.
So he was more of like the Tony Gonzalez, Shannon Sharp, those kind of guys who were a little bit of an undersized tight end, but like could move really well and had really good hands, but blocked okay, right? Like Kelce doesn't block, you know, like Kelce.
But then too big and not fast enough to play
receiver.
Okay,
right. So Gates was thick. He was bigger. He was like a bigger body, and just like him and Phil just had a knack for getting open, and he had
kind
really good hands.
of Patrick Mahomes and Kelce have. They just have that.
There were so many times where it's just like Gates would just run off the ball like slowest, year 12, 13, 14, whatever it was, and he would just find a spot and sit down and
just great hands.
And you just box dudes out
exactly,
and you just boom put him and Phil.
That's what I was gonna say is
hands boom and just falls down like
they would always talk about how he would use his basketball skills. Because they would just talk about boxing out or whatever, but he would do that all the time. He just knew how to use his body. He knew how to get around, and he had good hands, and was just
like coolest, nicest dude too.
Really?
Yeah, coolest, nicest dude. Like, I literally sat next to him in the meeting room for like 3 years straight, like right next to him, and then we sat next to each other on the bus too.
So you're boys.
Yeah, we were.
So he's
we were
definitely
cool.
come on the podcast.
We definitely talked about a bunch of stuff.
Where does he live now?
I think he's down in L.A.
We'll probably have to make a trip down there for him.
Yeah, we'll see. He might be too big time, but we'll definitely try.
I mean, just say, hey, buddies, this and that. We're starting to do it.
We'll try. I got a Gates signed jersey too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just a good dude. Just
great dude.
Just chill.
100. I was in for his 100th touchdown, and his record-breaking touchdown.
Yeah.
So it was really cool to like be a part of that. Like. It was weird, like one of the games I started in 16, or was it 15? He got the 100. One of those years. It was like I hadn't started the week before or the week after, but I started that game. And I played, and like I was the first one over there to like congratulate him, like, and then the 114th was against Miami, like week 2 of 2017, and he catches it in the end zone. And everybody just goes and like dog piles on him. And I'm like one of the first ones over there because I was always a celebrator. And he's just like, get off me. Get off me. He's like, can't breathe, like. So I literally sit there and I like push everybody up off him basically. So it's like I'm on top of him. And
You're taking all
I'm
of
taking
the
all
weight?
the weight from him. But yeah, man, it was really cool. And like just to be like, dude, you're the best ever. Like,
yeah.
Most touchdowns at any tight end.
Was he a pretty humble guy too? He didn't
sure.
like all of it, or did he kind of sneaky like it?
I mean, of course you like it, but like he wasn't like flashy. He didn't treat anybody differently. If you know what I mean. Like he liked like the nice things, the cars and stuff like that. But he was super cool. Like he could have blown me off and be like, oh, who's this guy? Like this undrafted fat lineman. Like not talk to.
I mean, he was undrafted too, so I guess he
for
kind of.
Sure.
Did you guys have a relationship when it came to basketball? Is that why?
We talked about basketball a lot, but we never got to play or anything.
That's what I was going to ask. If you ever played him one-on-one. How do you think that would go? You think he'd whoop you?
I mean, he's probably more skilled than I am for sure, but I don't know if he'd whoop me.
How tall is he?
He's like 6'4", 6'5".
He was just a beast in college, just knew how to do everything.
Yeah, he was dope in college. Look up Gates highlight tapes basketball. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, he's an athlete.
Yeah, he was definitely like one of those top guys who I got to play with. Like,
I mean, he's a legend, right?
Maybe first ballot Hall of Famer. He's up for the Hall of Fame this year.
That's what I was going to ask.
So
is he up this year?
He just got semifinalist for it. So hopefully he goes first ballot. That would be sick.
I mean, he should. He has the record for tight ends, right?
Yeah, he should.
Why would you not?
Yeah,
How do you keep the person that has the record for touchdowns?
There's a bunch of
out of
dudes that I've played with that are on the ballot this year.
Is Phillip?
No.
How's the Hall of Fame work? How many years afterwards do you have to wait to be on it, or do you get voted onto the ballot? Like, how many years are you eligible?
I don't know how many years you're eligible, but you can be on, I think, 5 years after playing.
So 5 years after playing, and then I think you actually have a while to be on it. It's like 10 years or something to where you can keep getting on the ballot.
And then you go into like the legend one where it's like then it's like 20 years after you're out. If you haven't gone on it, then there's like a certain number of players that go to the Hall of Fame that so like I don't know how many people go to the Hall of Fame each year, but like 2 of them are like legends. If that makes sense.
Like
that have been out 20 years.
They're older.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I might be waiting for my invite when that comes.
For the legend after 20 years?
Yeah, for the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, because you're probably not going to go to the Hall of Fame.
Not the first ballot. No. Hey, I am in Canton, though. I am in the Hall of Fame. There's a picture of me in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Yep. Dog pulling on Gates.
On Gates,
Yep.
There you go. I mean, you are just strong, stout. You do that jersey looks a little bit slimmer on you. You had the large on, which is the one I have. You had the large on last time, and you looked good. You probably wouldn't fit in that now, huh?
No, not after San Diego. Dude, it's unfair when I go down there.
Yeah, so what happens? You just go to all your favorite places, and you just don't stop eating?
Yeah, exactly. But I'm going to fast for like 5 days.
You're going to fast for 5 days?
Not eat.
How do you feel when you fast?
Pretty good.
I feel great when I fast.
I can do it. I was thinking about doing a 3-dayer. For real. Because I do 2.
Dana White just did one, and it showed like his results before and after, and talked about like the benefits. And the doctor that got him on was
he did it like 5 days.
Talking
though, right?
about it. Yeah, he says that you can go more, but the guy doesn't recommend it just because like it's a little bit harder. But like you can go 5 days and be fine. So you basically like the first day. I don't know if it's the first day or the first 3 days if he did 5, but I think he did 3. So the first day it's only water with like, a little electrolytes. And then the second day you have like some bone broth. And that's all you have for those 2 days. So you're getting hydrated, you have the liquids, but you're in a fasted state. All the benefits that Dr. B was talking about of being in a fasted state, you're reaping all of those benefits. Like your body is just healing itself.
One of my teammates did a 28-day fast.
Oh yeah, I remember you showed me
It's
that's what got you into the fasting, because you showed me that, and I was like, dude, I've been telling you about this for a long time, and you're like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be 250 by the end of this month. Like you were saying all that stuff, and then now look at you.
I am gonna go hard though. I keep saying that forever though. After the holidays. I mean, how much time we got left? We don't got that much time left.
We got 10 minutes left.
Should we play our games?
We got a lot of time left, actually.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right,
ready?
Yeah.
I got one for you. I asked this over a Thanksgiving. I was playing the like 5 games like to rank.
Okay.
So it's like rank these top 5 things without knowing what comes next.
Okay.
Right? So you're a big food guy, right? You like food?
I love food.
I love food. Who do you think loves food better, me or you? Probably you, because you're more fatter than me. Actually, no. You're actually in good shape for a fat guy.
Izzy loves food more than anybody.
Hey, be nice. He owes you tacos. And he owes me. What do you owe me? Heirloom. This guy.
Damn.
He's about to close another deal though. So he's gonna get paid, but he's getting married. So congratulations to you, Izzy, on your engagement. You've been married since you're 12, or engaged since you're 12. That's okay. The show's not about you. Back to us. All right. Rank these appetizers without knowing what comes next. Appetizers.
Oof.
So this can be like anything. Siri, I didn't ask you. Siri. Okay. Rank these appetizers. I already have them, so I'm not gonna like try to wing you, because this is what I did for Thanksgiving. You ready?
Yep.
potato skins.
4.
Fried pickles.
I love fried pickles. I might put them in the 1.
Okay, 1.
1.
Okay, buffalo wings.
2.
Mozzarella sticks.
3.
Coconut shrimp.
5.
Do you like coconut shrimp?
I
You a
do.
coconut shrimp guy?
I would go potato skins 5, coconut shrimp 4.
I didn't think.
if I were
I thought that was pretty good. I
yeah.
thought that was pretty good.
I'm-
I gave
yeah.
you all the best ones that I could, all the stuff that I like.
Fried pickles are like, oh, we got those at the fair.
Yeah,
the fight,
we did. We
at the fight.
waited for a long time. Izzy, what do you give him on a score? 1 through 10.
I disagree with him, so I gave him like a 7 out of 10.
That's actually pretty good. It's actually pretty good. All right, do you got one for me?
I was gonna do another sports one. But
All right,
I can,
go.
I can switch it up.
No,
though.
no, no, no.
Let's
do the sports.
Let's do a food one if we're doing food. Let's
Yeah,
do.
but you don't have it. You're gonna try to trick
I got
me.
it in my head right now. I'll do it right now.
Okay.
Let's do Thanksgiving food.
Thanksgiving, like with a thank.
Thanksgiving food.
Thanksgiving
Right?
food.
Top 5, right? Like or rank 5.
Rank the Thanksgiving foods.
food without knowing what's coming next.
Oh, this is cake. It's gonna be easy. Go ahead.
All right, let's go. Turkey,
3,
stuffing,
2,
mashed potatoes,
1,
green bean casserole,
4,
pumpkin pie.
5. I think that was pretty good. I like that. Right? See?
I'm not a turkey guy.
I like turkey. If it's
okay.
Yeah.
It's
So
okay.
see, I like the turkey with the mashed potatoes, with the gravy, with the stuffing. That whole combination, I like. Turkey by itself, I'm not gonna eat just the turkey by itself. I'm eating the whole thing.
Do you guys
together.
do any
so
other-
turkey has to be a part of it.
Do you do any other potato other than mashed potato on Thanksgiving?
No, just mashed.
My mom makes these like cheesy potatoes that it's like shredded hash brown style potatoes.
Yeah.
Like shredded. That's what shredded potatoes means. Cheese, like cream of chicken soup, and it's like all like put together. Dude, it's
Are you getting
so
hungry?
fire. It's so fire though.
What is your favorite holiday like food eating time? Like everybody has their own thing. Like Thanksgiving, everybody eats the majority of the same thing. But
Yeah.
like Christmas or Easter or like 4th of July, like you eat. What is your favorite holiday to eat?
So
And what is it that you eat?
it would probably be a. I love Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving's good. It's up
Yeah.
there.
But my mom, so for the longest time, we would do clam chowder on Christmas Eve.
Mm.
And like the bread bowls and everything like that. My mom makes it homemade and it's so good. So that's probably my favorite. But I've been like not home for Christmas Eve for like the last 10 years
Mm.
because I've been playing football. But that's cool. So like this last year we started doing tamales on Christmas Eve here, which is kind of cool. And I'm a huge I love tamales. We talked about doing a tamale showdown.
White people tamales.
No, I order it from.
Oh,
I order
okay.
it. No,
I was
no,
about
no,
to
no.
say. I thought you guys were in here making
Izzy's-
tamales.
Izzy's over here shaking his head.
I know.
I ordered from Tamale Mama last year.
Oh, I thought
She
it
was
was
pretty
going to say
solid.
Costco.
Casa Maria or something like that.
It was pretty solid. Those are pretty solid. But
We need to get. I don't even care if anybody's involved, but we'll just go get all the tamale from the top 5 places, and then we'll eat them and we'll judge them.
down.
You got 5 tamale places?
Yeah, Jenny's one of them. I've been eating tamales for the past 2 weeks. Today was the last day of tamales.
And you
Dang,
didn't
I was
share?
wondering why you were moving a little slower
You
recently.
didn't share,
Dude, this is the tamale king.
I will
We have 2 more in the fridge.
ex-nay your tacos if I get some tamales. I want fresh ones. I want the ones that are in the fridge. I want some freshies though.
Wish I had a nice one.
What's the filling? What's your favorite filling?
Pork.
Pork with the red sauce.
No, Jenny makes it green.
She makes it green with the.
I don't care what's in it as long as it tastes good. I like the kind of smaller ones, like almost like the flauta size, you know?
Put sour cream in your tamales?
Do I put sour cream in them?
On them.
No.
Sour cream and salsa.
So I do the salsa or even like an enchilada sauce.
Oh
No?
I'm not talking anymore.
Yeah, that's a little much.
Oh,
Hey,
he's white, so.
yeah, he's white. He understands. He doesn't know. Say something in Spanish. Say welcome in people. Say it in Spanish. So you can do it.
I don't know it. I don't know it.
Try it.
I don't know it.
You said it earlier.
No, I didn't. He said it.
Do it. Say it.
I don't know it.
Bet.
Me gusta en el culo, güey.
Izzy, we're live,
I
dude.
know.
You're over here making just bad
What is
jokes.
that? I like booty hole. Is that what he said?
This is just a wild episode. We're all over the place. All over the place. Which that's just us. That's just how we do it.
See, I kind of know.
What's
It's over here talking about his OnlyFans.
What's something that you do now that you never thought you would be doing in your playing career? Like when you're playing, it's like, oh, like I'm gonna be retired, I'm gonna be doing this and that. Now when you look back, be like, I never thought I'd be doing something like that. Not like something good, just be like mowing my own lawn or something crazy like that. What's something that you've noticed that you're doing that when you're playing, you're like, I never would have thought that I'd be in this situation.
Huh.
Not like bad or
No,
not
I
like
know. I'm trying to
challenging.
think.
Just like, is there anything that's been happening?
No.
Any like thoughts or, just like bored or like certain feelings that you get like when you watch a game or when you go to like the gym or stuff that's just weird?
No, because I mean, I feel like I'm pretty at peace with like my.
Are you kind of out of it long enough to where you actually feel good about it? Like the year after, like your 1 year anniversary, in between that time, it was a little different, I bet.
Not really, because I was like after year like five or six, I was like on borrowed time. Like I knew I tricked them way longer than I should have. So like I've everything after like year 3, honestly, I was just like, this is bonus.
So you're grateful and thankful for doing it, but is there something that happens to you from playing other than like being hurt? Because we can talk about that. Oh, like your knees or whatever that are bothered, but something that you wouldn't deal with right now that if you didn't play in the NFL for 10 plus years.
I think kind of maybe this is not answering your question right, but like when it gets to the point where I like tweak something, right, or it's like roll an ankle or like I pop my finger out playing basketball or something like that, I just pop that shit back in and keep going. You know what I mean? Like that's like how I've always been wired and how I've always like, I'm like, I'm not going to sit out of the game because I just popped my finger out, when in all reality, it doesn't matter. This isn't like life or death. I'm not working for a paycheck to like playing rec basketball. Like, so it's just like, I'm like, I don't want to let my team down, like it's like that mentality that's just ingrained in my head where it's
still there.
It's still there.
Yeah.
Where like back when I was playing football, I was like, oh, I don't care if I get hurt doing something as a civilian, like I'm not gonna like worry about that. But now I'm like, still have the mentality of team first, and my team needs me to be out there. Like, which is kind of weird. I don't know if that's kind of answering your question, but
no, yeah, it is. I was just saying that something that just
did something happen to you where you're like,
no, it's just like weird because like I'm still kind of freshly out, but it's like for me the thing that is, I guess, hardest to adjust to is like I think Isaiah talked about it. We talked about it a little bit where Rob talked about this where he's always not in the podcast separately. He came in he came and spoke. I think I've talked about this a little bit where he's like, you're always told like when to be, where to go, what time to show up, somebody packs your bags or do all this. Like it's been something you've been taken care of for a long time, and then you're on your own and you have the same like ambitions and dreams and goals like to win, but somebody's not doing all the little things for you, so you're having to do the little things too while your mindset is still up here. And then it's a weird transition to try to figure out how to do all of that at once.
Yeah, for sure.
Did you kind of have that too?
Yeah, but mine was like finding the balance of everything.
Mm.
where it's like football was always one, whether you like it or not. Like, yeah, you can say your family was first, whatever, but if something was going on in your family and you had football practice, you're going to football. You know what I mean?
You don't
Like,
really have a choice.
you don't
It's
have a
just kinda
choice.
yeah.
You know, so like that was my whole thing. Like, so where's the hierarchy now with everything?
Mm.
So what's more important? Like,
That's something that I don't know if you struggled with it, but you try to find something to replace that. Even though you're not searching for it, you're not like, oh, I gotta replace football, I gotta replace baseball. We're not looking to replace something. It just automatically happens.
yeah,
And something is going to replace that like number one spot.
for
Right?
sure.
Just like how you said, like it was always football, was always this. Like during the season people would come and I would want to stay with them, but I couldn't. If my daughter was sick, okay, you know, Tootie, you got to take care of it. I got to go to the field.
Yeah.
There was nothing. So it's dealing with that now that you don't have that
Top
number
spot.
one thing,
Yep.
right? But you still have the mindset like that. It's like,
Mhm.
okay, you got to do that because I got to do this. You're like, I got to edit this video. I got to go show this house. I got to go look at this, you know, potential flip property. It's like dealing with everything. And I think that that's true success, right? Like having a successful marriage, being a dad, being some money, whatever. You have to have all of it.
Yep.
And that's what I didn't expect to happen, because it's just like, I know what it takes to be successful. I have the best relationship. I have this. Like, I believe that I have it all and I'm doing like a pretty decent job, but it's that weird thing that you're trying to replace a top spot.
Mm-hmm.
And something goes, whether it's your relationship with your wife, that goes up there. Your
Yep.
kids, like my kids recently have been up there. And then like real estate business gets up there. Then like podcasts, it gets up there.
Yep.
And I've struggled at doing all of them, which
For sure. Yeah. I'm
you
the same
you
way.
completely understand.
Alphalit,
Yeah, it
Mayweather,
happens to where
podcasts,
something
kids, all
something
this-
takes that top spot, and then everything else is kind of down here. Which it sounds bad, like with your kids, like nothing will ever replace them as the top spot, but they do sometimes. Like I spend more time at this, like recently, like all of the content we've been doing and all of the stuff I've been going to try to get my business going. That's taking a priority more, which sometimes it kind of has to. But then I catch myself doing things when I shouldn't be doing them. Like I should be at home present with the kids, or I should be doing something else. But my mind is so focused on one thing, because that's what it was forever. During the season, my mind was focused on one thing and that thing only.
Yep.
There was no checking out. You were either like, you know, stressed, anxious about playing. You're like locked in. You're pumped up for the game, but your mind is always on baseball.
Yep.
It was always on football. Like even in the off season, you're training for the season. So
And you're like, even your off time, like you're like, okay, this is my vacation. So when I get back from my vacation, I'm going to hit it hard.
the
And
reason why you're going on vacation is for that.
yes.
So it was always at the top spot. And then now, so I've been struggling because things are just bouncing at the top.
Yep.
Bouncing at the top. And it's kind of like a weird thing for me to like understand, because we've both been in that for so long, that where something has to be number one. Like our minds are engraved that something has to be number one, and 24-hour focus has to be put on that.
Yep.
And that's kind of what I wanted to see, like if you felt the same way,
For sure.
and if you're getting better at it, and what you did to kind of get, or it's just like a thing that just happened, that you were getting so far away from football that it just kind of naturally started to take its place.
Well, obviously, the kids and the family are like number one, right? Like for like a while there, like I was only focused on Mac and like driving to LA every week and his surgery and all this kind of stuff, and so now it's kind of like taking not a back seat, but like now my focus can be shifted a little bit on to other things, because like for that, like driving to LA once a week was just with a 3-month-old or 2-month-old, 5-week-old, like
Yeah.
that was hard, bro.
Yeah,
Like
it takes a lot of your time and energy.
energy, and like once like you're in the car for 10 hours a day, and then you get home and it's just like, oh, like you get to relax or whatever for 10 minutes, then it's like, okay, then you got to go do this, and then oh wait, next week you got to go do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it was tough. That was for sure tough. But I mean, that's just the stuff you got to do for being a parent. But that was kind of at the top for a long time, and now he's kind of like he's chilling, he's doing his thing and getting fat and a little bowling ball. He's 75% in weight, 3% in height.
You told me he's
Crazy.
Gonna be I mean, it could just be the time of his like
for
growth spurt when
For
he
sure,
was
for sure.
weighed and stuff like
But-
that. But yeah, man, like
Little
I
boy,
like
little guy.
like I feel the same way where I'll get stuck. One thing will go to the top, and all of my focus will go on that. And I didn't really know that it was that until I just sat back and like had to identify what was going on and kind of why it was going on. And I think
Yeah.
that's really important for everything, for athletes, like young kids, parents, entrepreneurs, business owners, even in your own job. Like you kind of have to, I think it as like defining what success is for you, like in that time. Like you can have goals and dreams, but like in that time, what does success mean to you? So you have like your 5 pillars, like your friends, families, whatever, and how you keep them all full or like all in the green. And lately, one will be way up in the green and one will be way down in the red. And then that one will go way up in the green, then the other one was fall down way in the red. And it's like keeping them all in the green or in the blue to like, have success, like to be like, it's not all about money, right? Like it's very,
Yeah.
very important, but to be successful in those 5 categories that you define as success.
I think one thing that helped me kind of with that transition is finding something that I could do all the time, right? Like where like it's not the most important, but it's consistent. And that was like working out for me.
Mm-hmm.
And like that just makes me a better human, to be a better dad, to be a better husband, to be a better business owner, all that kind of stuff. So like no matter when it is, like I'm going to get a workout in. If I'm home in Fresno, I'm going to get a workout in Monday through Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And like Jen like realizes that and is okay with it for the most part. But like I'll play basketball a few times a week too, where it's like that's like my escape to get like that, like
Feel that void a little bit.
not the void.
It's not a
'cause
void,
it's
but
not
you're
a
just
void.
you're not feeling something that's empty. You're just getting what you need to get.
Yes, it's almost filling the tank
yeah.
so I can perform and do all my other stuff that like I need to do, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And literally today, like I had to go drop our house sitter off at his house, and then I went to the gym for 30 minutes. I did like 5 lifts, a couple sets of each lift, and I was out.
But
And
that worked.
That's all I need. You know what I mean? That's all I need for that, like the little bit of, okay, I got my body moving. And I came home and I was productive. I started hanging Christmas lights. I was like, the propane guy came and filled my tank, and I was showing him how to get in and out the gate. Like, I was just productive, and I was just like a better person and pulling Christmas ornaments and Christmas decorations out of the shed. Like, it's just, if I have that little 30 minutes to my like self, it's just, I become a better person, and I'm a better dad, a better husband, better businessman, all that kind of stuff. So I think having that thing that like releases that, like, I guess endorphins or whatever
exactly.
it is, just helps.
And I think that everybody will benefit from that, not just you. That's
not
like
even,
everybody.
but it doesn't have to be working out. It could be
No.
the one thing that like, if it's, I need to read.
But
10
I think
10
exercise
books.
is
For sure.
like that, though.
For
Like,
sure.
even if you're not an athlete,
Especially for athletes though.
like,
Especially for athletes. But if some people get it from meditation, or they just need to sit down and sit in quiet with a cup of coffee, like that's their like peace for
Yeah.
like me, and throwing weights around
No,
and
exactly.
playing basketball or moving my body is my peace.
Yeah, and the main thing is like what works for you.
No doubt.
Like, and you kind of got to do like a trial and error. You got to try other stuff and do it. There's no like rule book. There's like, when you were born, you didn't come with a manual.
No,
like
no.
like your kids, it's not like nobody showed you how to do it. Like you bring them home and you're like, okay, where's the nurse? Like, what is she doing? I don't know. Like, what to do? Who's gonna come change the diaper?
Yeah,
Right?
It's more
And then-
tests to get your driver's license than have a kid.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
You know, like
And then there's no manual for life, like of what you're supposed to do. And the only way to figure it out is to try stuff, fail, and then get back up and do it again. Because
Yep.
every time you fail, you learn so much from it. I know it sucks, and people get scared to like, and like I still do. Like I get nervous and scared of stuff. It's like, why?
Yeah.
Why am I feeling? And then like I kind of step back. I understand. It's like that's like a made up thing. It's not even real. Like I'll just go do it. But
Yep.
there's things that are gonna stop you from wanting to do something. You just have to get over that somehow. And trial and error is it. In my opinion, I don't know. I don't have any answers. I'm trying to figure it out. Everyone's trying to figure it out.
For sure.
All right, host, lead us on out of here.
All right. That was it for the 1 Degree podcast.
Off the field. We're over here talking about this off the field stuff.
Off the field stuff. Getting you all sentimental.
This guy's bad.
Getting all sentimental.
If this is the worst performing episode, it's because of you, right, Izzy? Yeah, it's okay. I'll cut you slack. It's all right. I mean, everybody will feel for you. It's cool.
That's all right. I love the haters.
All right, look at the camera and send us out.
Hey, guys. Hey, I hope you enjoyed the episode. Like, follow, share, all that good stuff. Go on YouTube, unfollow, follow, do it on all the Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your podcasts. Just follow. Tell all your friends. Tell your realtor. Tell your gym mates, your mom, your cousins, all that kind of stuff.
Keep it.
Make sure you follow us.
Yeah.
And if you like what we're doing, let us know. Comment on our stuff.
Yeah.
Tell us what you want to see from us. Tell us what you want to hear come out of Tyson's mouth and my mouth. Any special guests you guys want us to have on here, let us know. We'll try our best to get them on here. We're going to have some fire guests coming here soon. Stay tuned. And, yeah, man.
Wow, that was great. You did so good. You're bleeding.
Dude, my
oh, my gosh. What a guy. That's it. We're out. Hit Izzy. Hit me with that theme music.